Welcome to Employment Law This Week. I'm George Whipple. The U.S. Court of Appeals for the Sixth Circuit declined to enforce a bargaining order issued by the NLRB based on the standard established in the board's 2023 Cemex decision. Under Cemex, the NLRB holds that an employer can be compelled to bargain with the union that claims to have majority support if the employer does not petition for a representation election within 14 days. Prior to Cemex, it has long been the law that, in these circumstances, the union must file the petition and win an election to become the representative.
So the Sixth Circuit's decision was a procedural one. It was not on the substance of the Cemex decision. The decision really turned on whether or not the board could make a change in doctrine this way through adjudication as opposed to through rulemaking. And the Sixth Circuit's view was that this is more akin to rulemaking, and therefore it was not procedurally correct.
The court decided the case on procedural grounds and did not address the merits of the underlying Cemex decision. That isn't the end of the story, though.
The fact that the Sixth Circuit rejected Cemex essentially means that Cemex cases that are brought up for review in the Sixth Circuit, in that limited geography of the country, are not going to stand. But the NLRB still takes the position until there is a board decision overturning or rejecting Cemex, that Cemex is still good law. So it creates ambiguity for employers and unions.
So then, Steve, tell us, what's next for Cemex?
We can anticipate that the NLRB is sooner rather than later, and probably sooner, going to have a case before it where it gets to consider whether Cemex was correctly decided or whether the law should go back to what it was pre-Cemex. I think we can anticipate that the board ultimately will reject Cemex, at least with the board as it's currently constituted. I think the broader question, and it's hard to know the answer to, is what is the outcome going to be of the challenges to the whole statutory scheme? The board members who are there now, I think, there's an institutional interest in protecting it. The question will be what the newer Republican members are going to say on that issue.
For now, the NLRB's Cemex standard is no longer valid in the Sixth Circuit. An appeal of the Cemex ruling itself is currently underway in the Ninth Circuit. So, a lot of uncertainty here. We'll have updates as they arrive. Thanks, Steve, and thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.